Well, my friends, we have finally reached odds and sods. We are at the outtakes now, which I know there's plenty of other Who stuff to do, but our patron Robert thought we should check something out from here. And I was a little confused, to be honest, because there's apparently a version of this that was supposed to be on Who's Next. There's a version of this that's on Odds and Sods, and then there's a version by Pete. So I just picked the Odds and Sods one. It's the most the most latest one, so it's probably the best quality. All right. Intro over. Hi guys, welcome to Leave Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. And we are back with the track Pure and Easy by The Who off of Odds and Sods. It's supposed to be off of Who's Next, I believe, but it was an outtake, or they just took it off of it. And they stuck it on Odds and Sods, and here we are. It was released in 1974. Lead single was Long Live Rock, which we've also done, but a live version. And then Postcard, which I have not heard of that one. But the first one, the one we're listening to is Pure and Easy, which is the first track on side 2. And of course it is written by Mr. Pete Townsend. And we still have to do some John Entwistle stuff too. Postcard was written by John, so that should be interesting. And like I said, thank you to our patron Robert K for another great Who Wednesday pick. I appreciate your support, my friend. I really do. Let's go. If you guys want to watch some other Who stuff, I have a gigantic playlist of Who stuff. It's called Who Wednesday for a reason. We do it every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come hang out in the chat. We'd love to have you. All right. Up. Pure and Easy by The Who. 3, 2, 1, go. Leave a like and a comment, too, if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it.
There once was a note, pure and easy, playing so free like a breath rippling by. The note is eternal, I hear it, it sees me. Forever we blended, forever we die. I listened and I heard music in a word, and words when you played your guitar. The noise that I was hearing was a million people cheering. Then a child flew past me riding in a star.
Damn, John.
As people assemble, civilization is trying to find
I love the album cover.
a way to die. But killing is really merely seen changing on and on board with other men's lives. I listened and I heard music in a word, and words when you played your guitar. The noise that I was hearing was a million people cheering. Then a child flew past me riding in a star.
Damn.
Guys on the hillside, oil in the teacup, watch all the chords of life lose their joy. Distortion becomes somehow purer in its suaveness. The note that began all can also destroy.
That harmony, man. Holy shit.
We all know
Dan Keith.
success when we all find our own dreams, and our love is enough
That is a
to
sick
knock
lick,
down any walls.
bro.
And the future's
All the way
disease,
through.
as men try to realize the simple secret of the note in a song.
It's slowly catching steam, or gaining steam, or whatever. So I predict an epic finale.
a note, pure and easy, playing so free like a breath rippling by.
I know that riff. That's cool. Kind of pops up in another song. That's awesome. Wow. This sounds like Who's Next for sure. Oh no, come the fuck on. Well, they're the Who, they've earned it. Even their cuts are just so good. Like, why? They're unnecessary, bro. They're so good for no reason. That's not true. Not for no reason. I'm just kidding. It just blows my mind that even their deep cuts are entertaining, engaging, and just instrumentally sound all the way through. It took me a second to warm up to it. The first 2 minutes are a little... I see why they cut it, but then at the same time I don't. Because the second half of the song, from that guitar solo on from Pete, is just so on point. I mean, wow. You even got the riff from Baba O'Reilly, I think. And I heard like the slight sound of those keys or whatever that's in Baba O'Reilly too. Or maybe it's Won't Get Fooled Again. I can't remember. Whatever one it was. But there was like a little motif from another song on the record, or to be record. It was cut, but I heard the riff pop back up, and then like a slight little section of the keys, I think, from that as well. So I thought that was cool. It's like a little Easter egg sort of thing, but it's the motif popping back up because it's like a concept album, I'm guessing. So that's cool, man. That was really, really good. Pete is a hell of a guitarist, man, and he kind of busted out some licks in this that I haven't really heard from him before. Or I have or have not, maybe. I don't know. But there's a couple banger bars in there too from Roger, but I think Pete and John can't do that damn game because it's gonna be like Pete, John, literally everybody's good, man. I'd say that Keith really picked it up too in the second half of the song. Like I feel like it came to life once that guitar solo hit. It like literally gave it a shot of adrenaline, and then it just started rocking out. And they're like one of the few bands I've found that sing about rock music itself. I think that's Pete obviously writing about it. I think Pete really, really loved rock and roll, you know? And blues and stuff like that. Like he is, I bet he has a great music taste, you know what I'm saying? Imagine sitting down and talking to Pete about his favorite bands. Like that's what I've always wanted to do if I ever met like a super famous musician that's actually, you know, talented and stuff. Who do you like? Who do you listen to? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to know, because your favorite band's favorite band is the one that, you know, you want to find. And, you know, The Who just kind of feel like one of those bands that every rock band just has to pay homage to them in some way, because they kind of invented, or not even invented, let's say, they reinvented the whole rock and roll band itself, them and the Beatles, you know, and the Stones, the whole British invasion thing, you know. I think that it really set the tone for what rock and roll was going to be for the future, you know. Pete, Roger, John, Keith, they all have such huge, larger than life personas in a way, even though John likes to be on the down low. They all speak very loudly of who they are just by looking at them, you know. They're all four very different, separate individuals, and they all came together and clashed and butted heads and made some of the best rock music ever made. You can't beat that, you know. It's one hell of a story, and unfortunately it ends in tragedy, you know, for some of the members. And that's just the effects of the rock and roll lifestyle, unfortunately. The world isn't a perfect place. It never will be, and neither will any of us. So if we want to be honest, yeah, Keith definitely went out way too soon, but look what he left behind. You know what I mean? Like, it's, would you have gotten what you got with Keith if he didn't do all that stuff too? Maybe. Stevie Ray Vaughan, he was even better when he got clean, you know? Food for thought. You never know. But he's such a great drummer. I mean, like, that you can't not love Keith Moon. I mean, like, just the energy alone should immediately sell you on the guy, but nah, it goes way past that. It goes way past that. He he just completely embodies what a drummer should be and what you should aspire to be, you know. Absolutely an animal back there, literally. That's what you're there for. He took the image of a rock drummer and just kind of ran with it and did his own thing, you know, and I think that's really cool. These guys are just iconic in every way possible, you know, and a lot of stuff stems back to the Who, you know. Most rock music does. Them and the Beatles, you know, that it's that all that mid 60s British invasion bands, like, you can all trace the stuff back to that, and then even further back you can trace it back even further. It's crazy, man, following the trajectory of music and the way things went. I'm glad we got what we got, you know, and this is coming from the 30-year-old, you know, who's just discovering all this stuff and realizing that he lives in the fallen age, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, wow, damn, I missed the Renaissance. I missed it, but that's okay. At least I get to enjoy it from afar now, and I get to interact with all you wonderful folks, and I really appreciate that. Or most of y'all, except when y'all leave shitty ass comments. All right, there's a lot of stuff on a differential reissues and shit. There's Summertime Blues on here, one of them too. That's pretty cool. I definitely want to hear Postcard now because I love John and I want to hear some of his stuff. I heard y'all say he had some solo stuff too, so we'll have to do that. There's really nothing. It doesn't have like a link for it, so I can't really say anything about like what it was written about or blah blah blah, anything like that. If it was some other songs, yeah, and we've done so many songs. There's some of them on here we've done too. Young Man Blues we've done. That's on a different version though. Long Live Rock. Now I'm a Farmer. Like, what? There's so many Who songs I've never even heard of, man. That's great. And that's the thing, like, y'all should realize by now that I'm not just trying to farm views for any of these bands, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going into the deep cuts. I know these aren't going to get views. I don't even really give a shit. Like, I actually am here to find and, like, listen to good music, you know, because it helps me. Like, it really does. Because I have a really rough life, man. I kind of realized it. I mean, I've always known it, but, you know, I actually thought about it recently. I'm like, damn, you've been through a lot, kid, you know, talking to myself, I guess. And I don't have anyone else to, it feels like. But yeah, I've been through a lot, and I really appreciate you guys. I really do, because this stuff is just like such solace for me in my life, and all the craziness that I'm dealing with currently, and all the craziness that I'm just still trying to come to grips with over the past few, 10 years, let's say, because the healing doesn't even really start to begin until you're like 2 or 3 years clean. And, I have 4 years clean. And it's crazy, man. My clean date's coming up in 3 months, man. 10, 15, 20. It'll be 4 years. Well, technically in 3 months. So I have 3.5 years clean, but who's counting? I'm very grateful for this community. And if you're watching still at this point, which you're probably, a lot of people have already clicked off if you're even watching this at all. But if you're still watching, thank you for everything you guys do for me. I really appreciate it. My family and I, from the bottom of our hearts, even Cheyenne, bless her heart, she hates this thing, but it's okay. We all say thank you. We really do. And thank you to Robert for a great pick. And I will see y'all for the next 2 Wednesday if you're only here for that. And if you're here for another video, should be popping up right here. Ooh, yeah, we're good right there. There's a Patreon link in the description as well. And a PayPal. Go. I have to leave. Can you go? He's not going to leave till I do. I'm sorry. Shit. Well, I have to go. Bye-bye.